There is a bin in your kitchen, and the strongest thing you bought this week is sitting in it right now. Not the spoiled part, the part the plant built to protect itself, which is exactly why it is loaded. There are more of these than anyone can fit into one video. Today, 7, and you binned every one of them without looking. And one of the 7 is not food at all. You have never chewed it, never tasted it, and an Egyptian pharaoh was buried with it laid across his face. Follow now, because by the end of this, you will not be able to peel anything the same way again. Start with the one you throw out by the kilo. Watermelon rind. The pale layer between the red flesh and the green shell. It is packed with citrulline. Your kidneys turn it into arginine, and arginine is what your body builds nitric oxide from, the molecule that tells the wall of a blood vessel to let go and widen. 3 scientists took a Nobel Prize for that discovery, and it is the same pathway a heart patient rides when he puts a nitroglycerin tablet under his tongue. The red part gives you sugar, water, and lycopene. The pale part carries the chemistry that opens arteries, and the pale part is what hits the bin. Now the one wrapped in a myth. Carrot tops. Those feathery greens the shop cuts off before the carrots ever reach you. There is a story going around that they are poisonous. They are not. The shop cuts them for shelf life because greens keep drinking from the root, and a carrot with its tops on goes soft in days. And gram for gram, those leaves carry around 6 times the vitamin C of the orange root underneath. 6 times. You keep the part that stores the sugar and bin the part that was doing the work. Number 3, and here is where the internet has the number wrong. You will read everywhere that kiwi skin holds 3 times the fiber of the flesh. It does not. The 3 times is antioxidants. That fuzzy brown layer is roughly 3 times more antioxidant dense than the green part everyone actually wants. And about 1/3 of every protective compound in the fruit is sitting inside it. On fiber, eating the skin turns 1 kiwi into 1.5. Rub the fuzz off with a dry cloth and bite it like an apricot. The gold ones are almost smooth, so start there. Quick one. Were you taught to peel kiwi, or did you just start doing it one day and never question it? Tell me down there. I read them. Number 4 is a vegetable half the planet eats and the other half composts. Sweet potato leaves. When researchers lined up the common leafy greens and measured lutein, these came out on top, ahead of spinach, ahead of kale, ahead of broccoli. Lutein matters because the back of your eye builds a filter out of it that screens the harshest light before it reaches the retina, and your body cannot manufacture a single molecule of it. That filter comes in through your mouth, or it does not come at all. Now here's the part that gets people. These leaves carry less than 1/5 of the oxalate of spinach, the compound that grabs calcium in your gut, and the one anybody who has passed a kidney stone is told to watch. All of the green, almost none of the baggage. You bought the root, and the part that feeds your eyes went out with the stems. Number 5 is the only one on this list you have never thrown away. Garlic scapes. A farmer did it for you, weeks before it could reach a shop. It is the curling green stalk the plant throws up when it wants to flower, cut off so everything goes back down into the bulb, and then left in the field. Not in Asia. In China and Korea, it is a vegetable in its own right, sold by the bundle and thrown into a hot wok with pork until it blisters. Same sulfur chemistry as the clove. And here is why that matters. Nobody eats a whole bulb of garlic. You can eat a plate of scapes, the same chemistry, in a portion size a vegetable can actually deliver. But here is the trap, and it decides whether any of that chemistry reaches you. Allicin, the compound doing the heavy lifting, does not exist inside intact garlic. It gets built on the spot by an enzyme that only wakes up the second you crush or cut. And heat kills that enzyme. 60 seconds in a microwave shuts it down completely. So when the scapes go straight from the board into a screaming wok, you destroy the factory before it made anything. Cut them, walk away for 10 minutes, then cook. Same for every clove you have ever chopped. Number 6 sits in your hand every morning. Citrus peel. 2 compounds, nobiletin and tangeritin, live almost entirely in the colored outer skin and never make it into the juice. And this is not new information. In Xinhui in southern China, farmers have spent 700 years growing a tangerine whose flesh is dry and barely worth eating. They grow it for the skin. Aged peel from that town is stored like wine and sold by weight, and the local saying is that 100-year-old peel beats gold. An entire industry built on what you drop in the bin at breakfast. Buy unwaxed if you plan to zest it. And now the one I promised you. The one that is not food. The dry, papery skin of an onion. When the embalmers prepared Ramses IV around 1150 BC, they replaced his eyes with small onions and laid a piece of onion skin over each nostril. Egypt buried a pharaoh in the thing you tear off over the bin in half a second. And they were closer than we are. Quercetin is the flavonoid onions are famous for. Measure an onion layer by layer, and the dry outer skin runs about 40 times higher than the inner core you're actually going to chop. That paper shell holds more flavonoid than the entire rest of the onion combined. Then it gets strange. Researchers gave people quercetin 2 ways: as a purified powder in a capsule and as an extract of onion skin. The skin put nearly 5 times more of it into the bloodstream. The rubbish beat the supplement. It is not medicine, and I will not pretend it is, but it is the most concentrated thing in your kitchen, and it costs nothing to keep. You cannot chew it, and you do not have to. Next time you make stock, drop the skins in the pot, simmer, strain them out. The broth goes gold. 4 rules. 1. Wash harder. Outer layers are exactly where wax, spray, and soil sit, so warm water and 30 seconds of scrubbing, not a rinse. 2. Keep a bag in the freezer for onion skins and citrus peel. When it is full, that is stock. 3. Blend what you will not chew. Carrot tops go into pesto. Watermelon rind goes into the blender with the flesh and disappears. Zest goes over anything you were about to salt. 4. 10 minutes for garlic, scapes included. Cut, walk away, cook. 7 parts, 1 bin, and every one of them was in yours this week. Follow, because the next video takes apart the meal you were told never to skip, and it started as a 1944 cereal advert.